Previously on Rimworld, we had a heat wave, or we're still having a heat wave, unfortunately. So what can we do about said heat wave? The easiest thing to do to start off with is to move their sleep patterns. Now, because I was partway through the day, I just said, just go to sleep straight away, all the way through to midnight. It's just hit midnight, so it's just the early hours of the morning. So now I'm going to revert that to what I did before, maybe. So we could let them get up again in the evening. However, it is going to be hot no matter when we actually do this. So, yeah, you've got to kind of play around with this a little bit. Before, of course, they were sleeping during the night, as you might expect. So we don't have any night owls. That's unfortunate, but this will at least hopefully not cause them to go mental and beat each other to death with their own detached arms. Bloody end first, of course. Anyway... It's indoor, 33 degrees in here. It is 36 degrees in here. It's 38 degrees in the bedrooms. Unfortunately, I don't have any coolers in here at all. So hopefully that telling them to sleep at night will be good enough. Anyway, let's restart the timer, shall we? And they're up to... Well, let's slow it down a little bit. Scurry is still... Oh, a mad animal. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 not a boomalope. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. So I think we're going to have to say, all of you, we're going to immediately conscript you to shoot this thing. I think I'm going to bring them here to start off with. This will have some cover. And let's restart time. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. So, who has guns? Fisher has guns, so we want you to immediately fire at that boomalope, and hopefully before it gets closer. Please don't shoot Choi. Oh, and that's why you don't shoot boomalopes anywhere near your buildings. And there is, of course, a fire. So, I guess we should say, whoops. Can we unconscript them now? Oh, sorry, undraft them. Conscript, same thing. And hopefully this isn't going to spread. I really, really hope it isn't going to spread. Can we prioritize fighting fire? Or you're just going to go, nope, I'm just going to go and collect potatoes. Well done. That doesn't look good. Can any of you not in the home area? Okay, so if we then extend the home area, where is zones... And home area, expand home area. Yeah, of course. All right. So if this home area extends outwards to here, there's a fire. Yes, they've now realized there's a fire. Okay, so now can we prioritize fighting the fire? Yes, we can. And of course, primarily towards the rest of our buildings. So they should be heading in towards trying to extinguish that. In they come. Oh. Please don't cause any... No, no, it's spreading. Hopefully with all three of them on there, that should actually be the case. They should actually extinguish it. Hopefully before it doesn't spread too much. I'd rather it not spread to our crops. But, oh my. Oh, this isn't good. And this is why Rimworld has such a bad reputation. Yes, I would hope that this will burn itself out once it kills all the vegetation, but we'll see. So I'm going to skip forwards and see how badly this goes. And yes, they're fighting a fire in a heat wave. I know, I know. And sometimes you get lucky enough that it starts raining. Oh, thank you. Thank you, rain. Time to go to sleep, in fact, while it's raining and the rest of the fire goes out. Okay. Thankfully, there is a natural sort of fire break here, and we've got stone floor all the way around towards, except for this area, and again, stone all the way sort of crossing up to our crops. So we'd have to worry about it going through that area, but otherwise, hopefully all the fire should be extinguished. Yes, it is. And outdoors, it is 45 degrees again. So yes, keep an eye on these, that they don't like sleeping in the heat. They still have very low expectations, but they do have some joy and they are quite comfortable at least. The bedroom still shows up as awful, so I guess we got to try and consider that for the future. and let's just let them get some sleep. So it is noon at the moment, but we've got a rainy thunderstorm in a heat wave, you might hope that that will cool things down, but oh joy, a fire. Please go out. Please don't burn down. Ah, good. Go out. Please don't burn down our bedrooms. Okay, that is not great. It's the damaged wall now, but I really want to watch out for this as well. That's something that I don't want the lightning to strike, but, you know, you never know, it can happen. Now, while time is paused, I did want to discuss this freezer after, you know, because Rimworld does actually model things quite nicely. First of all, we've got the stove here, and that's going to be outputting heat. And so is the refrigerator, to be honest. The refrigerator obviously is cold in or inside, but it heats up this area, which is in turn cooled by this, which then expels the heat. So there's a few ways of doing things. One is to have a freezer room, and that's very much the traditional approach. Remember, refrigerators are modded items, so they make things quite a bit nicer, but they're limited in space. Obviously, a room is a lot easier to make than the refrigerator. You just channel some more area out of the rock. So you can either have a refrigerated room or have some refrigerators from a mod. Doesn't much matter which one. However, what I do actually want to do is probably move this stove out of this area. Maybe, although we do want to keep the meals in this area, so we don't want to go too far away from this to get to the stove, because there'll just be the inefficiency of them walking backwards and forwards to do all the actual work. So we could just channel through this uranium ore or this wall here, but when we do that, we probably want to keep things such that there's sort of a passageway between them. So if I'm going to do that, I want them to mine that out, maybe then like a passageway here, and then another room here that we can have. We could just knock a wall through here and have a kind of food prep area. That would seem to be okay, assuming that people don't go stir crazy and start to have some problems. Why are you eating? Why are you eating there? You have a table. I made you a table and chairs, Choi. What are you doing to me? Anyway, they are still harvesting stuff. We've got potatoes and fires and lightning. Also, rice. Also, lightning strikes near boomalopes. I don't want to see the result if that actually hits one of them. If they could all go up in a chain reaction. I really would rather that not happen. Anyway, on we go. So, yeah, we'll wait for them to start bringing in the food. And they're going to be doing this at night time, which is obviously it's a little bit darker than normal. Once that's actually done... Fisher's maintaining things. Good, Fisher. Once that's actually done, then we'll obviously start digging. And... we're still got to bring in a fair amount of potatoes, spoils. Yeah, we got a fair amount before it actually spoils. So they should hopefully bring all that stuff in here. And Scurry's going to continue cooking. So, however, we can just sort of do the structure sort of orders mine. So we can say we want them to go this way. And then if we have at least a 3 wide, so let's assume 5 wide, like that, and then we probably want an entrance to the room. You can actually, I think there is a way to just plan out buildings. I forget where, oh, there it is, plan. So yeah, if you want to plan out buildings and you don't want to actually build anything, you can of course just drag things like this, and it will let you plan things out ahead of time. But you know, we don't need to do that just yet. There we go. Get rid of plans. And they're going to dig all that out and hopefully get the... Ooh, they're short on wood. We have wood. Yeah, they're fine. They should go and get it. So once they've got this extra room somewhere, I'm going to move the fuel stove out of there. And then maybe even the refrigerators as well. Because if we have refrigerators in here, they should get put into the refrigerators. That will naturally get warmer, but this should stay cold. So if we don't have enough room in the refrigerators, they've got a nice refrigerated room where they can keep stuff like foods, which is what they're doing at the moment with the potatoes, although they are prioritizing mining over gathering of all the crops. So maybe I should take a look at those priorities again. Whoops. Friendly AI from your past. Is there ever any friendly AIs? They always have some kind of ulterior motives. Called Charlin Whitestone the Third. He reveals he has a starship hidden on this planet and sends you its world coordinates. It's in deep hibernation mode, and you'll have to start it up when you arrive, and then defend it from raiders trying to steal it until the startup sequence completes. If you get this ship off the ground, Charlon will take you off this Rimworld to the stars. So presumably, that is okay. That is somewhere else on the planet, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. We'll deal with moving areas later. Now, while they're sleeping, we can plan out what we decide to do with the rest of this. I probably want to floor this at some point with some decent floor material. However, in the meantime, I also want to make sure there's light in here. As this says, people need light to move and work at full speeds. So they've got light outside. They don't have it at the moment, of course, because it's dark. You know, we've got a heat wave. However, we can put a light in here and consider where we're going to put that. Remember, though, that this is going to be an area where the stove isn't, so we can have a light in here. It just won't be a permanent placement. So for now, we can put it there. And of course, we'll have one in here as well. It's too far away from that power. Oh, Fisher's gotten food poisoning from a simple meal. That's not good, Fisher. Well, let's just take a look. What are you actually doing? You ate without a table. Why are you eating without a table? I have a table. See, Scurry's eating with a table. He's not a savage. Okay, so what else do you actually need? Well, spacious interior. You're working in a giant cave. Okay. And thank every deity you do or do not believe in, the heat wave is over. Okay, so now we can set them back to a reasonable schedule. What time is it? It's 6 a.m. in the morning. So they have had a sleep session, but if we leave them out, they may not get much more sleep. So instead, what I'm probably going to do is just add this sort of interim period where they're going to have a long, nice sleep. And then they're going to wake up, as you might expect. We'll let them wake up and transition them slowly, shall we? And we can wait for that to happen. We don't have too many worries. We've got enough meals to keep us going. I have just set Fisher to clean up his own vomit from his slight poisoning episode of Scurry's cooking. And we've got now a couple of lamps, or at least some lamp stands, which should hopefully make things a little bit nicer in here. Let's see if Scurry has actually noticed anything being nicer. Spacious interior, tons of joy, and an optimist. Nope. He's still not too happy with the fact he's got an awful bedroom. So how are we going to solve the awful bedroom problem? Well, I haven't covered it until now, but each of the bits of things that our colonists create, like furniture, has a quality associated with it, and that sort of affects the room as well as how dirty it is and what else we've got in the room. Currently, we've just got a plant pot and a bed, and really not much else. So if we just go to the beds, you'll see that this is a poor quality bed, and of course that will depend on the construction skills. So I'm not sure if they have any decent construction skills, and also I've got this modded problem still that causes me to deal with this kind of thing. Constructor's about halfway down. Growing, so it's here. So our best chance is Fisher to improve over time. So maybe we can increase that importance a little bit. And the real thing here is that they will sort of be somewhat random as far as how well we do this. So, sorry, how well they construct furniture. Now you can, and I think what we probably will do, let's just take a quick look at the other ones. This one is awful. This one is also awful. Fisher's is simply poor. So we should probably start out by maybe building another bed in here. We've got space to actually do that. We can move them, I think, reinstall it in another location. So, you know, we can keep the copy once they've actually produced a decent one. So furniture, we should probably at least get another couple of double beds going. Let's rotate that. And probably one there and one there. And we'll have to tell them to destroy this once, well, depending if it's any better quality, we can destroy it. What we can also do is put other stuff in here. So we can give them a sort of a little table of their very own with some chairs, as you might expect. We can also give them a dresser. That gives us a comfort bonus to all nearby beds. Placing more than one dresser near the same bed will have no effect. So I guess we can think about maybe doing something like this. It depends how well this bed comes out. We'll see as to where I want to fit that. Again, we may want to put room power out here as well for standing lamps later. They can use torch lamps, but of course that increases the heat, and we're already in a fairly warm area. You can get an armchair if you have enough cloth. We do not have enough cloth, so that one's out. So yeah, what I think I may well do is do some kind of table, a chair or two, and let's see how these beds come out. So let's bring time back into it, and hopefully they should be starting to sleep soon. What is it, 7 hours? Yeah, so they're going to come back to 10 AM, then go to sleep. Oh, I run a raid. Okay, so you're not going to go to sleep. No, this isn't the cliffhanger. This isn't going to be a cliffhanger of this episode. Hopefully. It's only one person. His name is Landale. Landale, can I find anything about you? You're a drifter. You have a club, and you're healthy, you're female, and you're not wearing anything. Okay. You have extremely low expectations. You're feeling good. Wearing worn out apparel and is in a little pain. What's your health like? Your left index finger has been bitten off. Well, aw. No, I'm not going to go into ores again. I've already finished Subnautica. Oh, that's not nice, though. And what do you like otherwise? Can we get any more extra information? Yeah, you sort of have really sort of horrible clothes. Good at shooting, good at cooking, and good at construction, also mining and crafting. Incapable intellectual, so can't do the research or artistic stuff. Has a fascination with chemicals. Okay, we don't have any hard drugs, thankfully. Is a fast walker, but is ugly. That's social stuff. This actually seems like if we could sort of capture her and teach her the error of her ways, maybe we could use her as a fourth colonist. Assuming our colonists don't just, immediately, have issues and accidentally overdo the damage. So, let's let her come in for a little while. In fact, are they being in the raid straight away, or are they still out there? We've got a little while. Hopefully we don't wait while Choi is all the way over here. Landale is coming in. Working their way towards us. Yeah, so why don't we set up for this? So let's just grab all our colonists and draft them. Then we can set up, hopefully, with some nice cover behind here. They only have a club, so if we shoot them, technically we could take them and put them in here, our prison area. So Fisher can go here. Scurry's got the knife. And Choi can also maybe go here. So whoops, let's actually send Scurry here and Choi here. So we can pull them back. And are they beginning their raid? It is nearly time for bed for the rest of the colonists, but in comes Landale, so we have to deal with Landale first, unfortunately. So in it comes, and that's one hit. Got that. Okay, so they're not amazing at shooting yet. Oh, that's 2 hits. How's Landale doing? Oh, Landale's down. Okay, so now I want to select them all. And actually, who's our doctor? Let me just... Oh no, she died, did she? Oh, dead. Oh. I said oh again. We got graves. I guess we'll just take the clothes away in case we need to reuse them. I doubt we will. And bury our potential colonists. Yes, I know you've not consume human corpse. Let's undraft. But can we tell them to sort of prioritize burying our human drifter? Thankfully, we have graves up here. That's what I was looking for. So, yeah, Scurry may not like it that they've seen a corpse. Observe the corpse, -3. That's never great. Now, what's this? This is poor. This is awful. All right, so let's just, first of all, set the owner for this one. Set owner to Scurry. And we can mark this one for deconstruction, I guess. Uninstall, no, I'll deconstruct it. I don't want an awful bed. So we've upgraded them to poor, and I think what we'll be able to do is do that continually, or at least as long as our wood lasts. to get them a better and better bed to sleep in at night. And what are these prisoner beds like? Poor, poor, and these hospital beds? Awful, poor, and shoddy. Is shoddy better? Shoddy and poor, which one is actually better in that case? I don't know. Room and infection chance factor 55%. Maybe we better get a cleaner room at some point. In any case, it's time for bed for our colonists. And so much for them getting a decent night's sleep, a local wild boar has gone mad and it will attack anyone it sees. And it's near our crops, so I guess we better deal with this as well. This is not going to be great for the morale, being waking up in the middle of the night. Well, 7 p.m. in their case. They haven't got back to normal sleeping hours yet, so we're going to have to draft them, I'm afraid. And we're going to have to go after this boar. That is the wild boar. Yep, so we're going to... actually, is that going to come for us? It looks like it's coming for us. Okay, and can we tell them to get behind here, I guess? Okay, let's slow things down a little bit. And there goes the ball. Are you dead? You're dead. Okay, you can... no, I don't want to consume the corpse. Why is it always about consuming corpses in these games? Undraft you all. You are going to, however, haul the wild boar. And then they can all go back to bed. Except they don't seem to want to go back to bed. They're just having a meal. They're having a meal at the table now. Maybe that's the light doing that effect. And they're working again. I thought I'd change this. Yeah, this is still sleep time. Yeah. Fine, I guess. You're just to now haul stuff. All right. So back to looking at their abilities and needs. Slept in the heat, awful barracks, and they have to share it. Maybe that was to do with the fact there is another bed there, which isn't the case anymore. So that's good. Poor, and this one hasn't built yet, but we can't tell it until it's built. Scurry is relaxing socially at a table with cave walls. Okay, so this other bed is now built, and we can assign this to Choi then. So, set owner, Choi, close, and then we can deconstruct this one just by pressing X. Auto saving. It is now midnight, so hopefully they will come back to normal sort of sleeping hours. We can bring them back in now, so I can then reassign all this. I think it was something like this, if I remember rightly. And I guess actually we might want to do something like that just to even out the hours a little bit between their joy time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so Scurry's gone back to bed. All right, they're sleeping it off until morning. And there we go. We've got just about enough of this room cleared so far that we should be able to... well, can we... I guess we can't move this. So I guess we're going to have to build a copy here instead. And then we'll scrap some furniture and we want a stool for them to work at. And then probably put some refrigerators in here, which probably means we're going to need some electricity, some power conduit, and we'll have to run that under here, which we can't because it's rock. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to deconstruct this as well. Mine this out. I'm not sure if heat is going to get in. If I was going to say cold is going to escape. If heat is going to get in, more to the point, if I do this. But this will let us get rid of the... I don't think they particularly like rock walls or cave walls either. Certainly not for bedrooms. They're not dwarves. In fact... almost like they should make a mod of this game to be a conversion with dwarves, perhaps? With some kind of fortress or castle? It would be... I'd quite like Dwarf Fortress if you had these graphics and this playability. I just find it so sort of inscrutable. hard to play. And yeah, the learning sort of the learning curve is vertical. It's almost as bad as EVE Online for that kind of thing. Yes, I've played EVE for those of you who have, and yeah, I know exactly how bad it is. So there is that stove. However, we don't have any bills, so we want to add the equivalent bill here. Can we copy it? Copy just this bill? Can we paste? Oh, look at that. Okay, so there is still some stuff here. We want to deconstruct this one now. And we can also, I guess, reinstall that somewhere else. So we can reinstall it, and let's put it in, I don't know, our room here. And let's actually also put in some furniture. Let's put in a dresser here, and let's see if this is actually any benefit to this area. And ideally get Fisher to do it if possible. Manager, sorry, not manager. Where is it? Work. So yeah, Fisher is that constructing? Yeah, so a higher priority than everyone else. Hopefully that means he'll do this specific thing. We'll see otherwise. Is that sealed? Indoors 0, -1, 24 degrees here. So hopefully that is sealed. We'll just finish off this with a couple of walls, and then we'll just extend the power conduit underneath, and that will mean that we can put a light in this area as well. So we can also do is that in the furniture? Yeah, standing lamp, maybe just in this corner, and then some temperature. So we may want some refrigerators. Is that close enough to this for power? Doesn't look like it is, does it? It looks like it needs to be further across. So instead, that door, I may have to move this again, or move the door, possibly, something like that. But if we put them on this side, and we'll see what it's like once that power comes all the way to here. They may have connection at least to here, and if not, we can, you know, channel out the rest to make some more walls. So on we go, and let's just increase that. Did I finish? Yeah, I finished resetting them. Everything's back to the way we expected. So, Scurry, how are you finding your bedroom? Still awful, and they're in darkness. Well, that should change pretty soon. But they're also feeling great, and spacious interior and comfortable. So, yeah, hopefully that is going to solve that problem. Once we get a bit more furniture for them, that should really help. And hopefully we get no burrowing insects popping up inside our base. Bit of a spoiler for what you can actually have done to you. So in here, yeah, we want to fit these to be storage for food, specifically meals, and it specifically needs to be critical, I guess, that meals are in there. So we want, yeah, our simple meals, ideally, in these refrigerators. So they should get moved out of here into here where they're nice and accessible, straight to our table first thing in the morning. This room should end up heating up a bit, but of course the refrigerator should keep things quite cool. So target temperature is -10. That's not really a refrigerator, that's a freezer. Current temperature is -5 and the power is on. Is that a pig? What? Do we have a pig somewhere? Is this panther just killing everything again? Yeah, I almost want to kill that panther, but at the same time, hunting it may be a problem for our current colonists. In any case, oh, and more maintenance being done by Fisher. Okay, so we've got the fuel stove moved into here. What I can probably do is extend this zone out to be the rest of the storage zone, and we can haul this limestone chunk out of here. I don't think we got this selected as an area for that, so hopefully they won't keep that in there. And this will be a nice overflow area from our refrigerators, which, as you can see, they're moving stuff across into at the moment. That is all pretty good for this episode. Hopefully you've got some more ideas. I think next we're going to have to create a research area of some kind. Maybe in here. That seems to be reasonable. Do we have the ability to build that research table? I would assume you get that from the start. Only problem with doing research is, of course, that is a good thing to get started with, but at the same time, you lose a person essentially because they're just constantly researching, so you don't get as much as much things happening as you would with 3 colonists. So we've got sculptors, which we haven't put down for artistic stuff, tailors for making better clothes, stone cutters, electric stoves. We could go to an electric stove now, but that needs 80 steel, and a research bench. So if we put the research bench in here, we may have to make this a little bit nicer because it's not very nice at the moment, and put another stool there. Then whoever of our colonists is actually okay at this, work. So where is research on this? Research is right at the very end. Neither of them are particularly good at it. Average of the skills are 0 and 2, so it would be nice to get another colonist with researching at some point, but Choi is probably the only one who is suitable for it. So once that research is in, we'll take a look at next episode, I think, what research we can go for, and in what order, of course. But the heat stroke is over, and this is the end of this episode, and we don't have a cliffhanger, hopefully. Fisher, what are you doing? Oh, you're stargazing. A chunk of a spacecraft has fallen from space and landed nearby. Okay. Is that a cliffhanger? Don't think it really counts. In any case, thanks for watching as normal. Feel free to subscribe, share, and like, of course. If you've enjoyed the episode, give it a thumbs up. And let me know any ideas for the outcome of our colony, in particular what we build next. We can, of course, keep expanding, but if you want to see something, or if you're confused about something in the game, do let me know, and I'm more than happy to give you some advice. All right? As always, thanks for watching.